may come as a surprise. Sometimes we like to dance with just us guys.
Hi everybody, we're Team Wootzor. I'm Mikey Gross.
And I'm Sean Sparks.
And today we're bringing you Uranium Rush, a 1955 game by Gardner Games. The game itself, even though being called Uranium Rush, does not contain any actual uranium. We fact-checked that with some of the national registries.
Yeah.
Basically, the game is about you're a uranium prospector back in the 50s, trying to stake claims of uranium for the government.
Right.
It takes 2 to 4 players, and essentially you start out with a whopping $15,000 as your seed money. Every once in a while, you could lose some of that money to other, to cave-ins, or lose equipment, or lose a truck and have to pay.
Right.
But the premise of the game is you've got this Geiger counter, and you're buying claims out in the Blue Mountains, the desert, or the Green Forests, and you're just looking for uranium claims. So when it's your turn, you spend $1,000, you buy a claim, you stick it into the board, and then you take the Geiger counter and touch it to the chrome or the aluminum part of the board. If the Geiger counter's working, it will vibrate and light up. 1955.
All right.
Uses C batteries.
Which are different.
Yeah, which are different. And a standard, what it calls a standard bulb. Well, a standard bulb is an incandescent or a CFL.
Right, or LED.
Yes. So it's a fun game. You stake your claim. Because our Geiger counter didn't work, we just used a D8 and rolled it, and if we rolled a 1 or a 2, we hit jackpot.
Yeah.
It's probably the actual odds were a little higher, because when you're playing the game, you stick the Geiger counter on a metal post on the board, and then you touch your part. And then you touch the part of the board.
And it vibrates.
And it vibrates. All right, we're 12 here, so it's okay. And if you win, you get $50,000. Afterwards, you get this government card that could say, "Hey, you also discovered a gold mine, or your truck washed away,
Right.
or you're a communist agent and have to lose a turn,
Right. Or you're making the Indians mad.
Yeah, there's a couple where you were prospecting on Native American land and you lose a turn.
Yeah.
The game is 59 years old.
Yeah.
And it's probably going to be hard if you want to get a copy of it to find it in working order, especially with the Geiger counter. Now the Geiger counter itself is it's a metal with some springs. It'd be easy to fix if you have a little bit of mechanical knowledge.
Yeah.
And I probably could do it.
I actually wondered if we couldn't have used, I have a voltmeter.
Oh.
I wonder if we couldn't have just used that.
Yeah, we'll try that. It'll be interesting to try.
Yeah.
Most of the government cards hurt hurt the player in general.
Right. Right.
Whereas most of the ones I got helped me.
Yes.
Because it ended up to be almost a $300,000 difference at the end of the game.
Oh yeah, it was big.
Obviously, it's going to be hard to find, but it was fun. I had a good time playing it.
Yeah.
The way as it is now, you can only ever play the game 4 times because there's 4 posts. And the way the posts are wired, they're wired specifically to different claims.
Right.
So if you're on the red post and you know that, if you've memorized where all the claims are, you're just like, okay, yeah, I'll go here, I'll go here, I'll go here.
Right.
The spinner helps you not focus on one area because you have to stake your claim whatever zone you were in.
Yeah.
It's a fun game. If I had a chance to get a copy of this is a loaner, I would add this to my showcase shelf. Something to people to come in and say, Uranium Rush, what's that?
Right.
Well, here you go. It'll take us 10 minutes to play a quick game. Just an example. The game itself took about an hour. I don't know if there's any lead components. I didn't verify any of that. If there would be, it'd be in here.
I am feeling kind of bad.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. I'm fine.
So, in 1955 score, it would get 8.0 in 1955. Adjusted for inflation, it gets about a 7.0. Basically, primarily for nostalgia, the game didn't work. It could be hard to find it in working order. It was fun. I don't think I'd ever play it again unless someone asked to. But it's not one I'd grab for off the shelf.
Right. Well, I think you hit on a lot of things. Historical purposes. For me, it was fun just playing a game that is, what'd you say, 60 years old almost.
Yes.
I mean, it's fun just to see how they thought of things. Obviously, this comes right out of the Cold War era. Because why are you looking for uranium? Okay, for nuclear missiles, which I think is kind of neat.
Yeah.
But hey, whatever. So I really like antiques. Outside of being a gamer, I'm really big into things like that. I like shopping for antiques. So when I seen this, it definitely intrigued me, and it was fun. It's almost a game. Like you said, it's something part of a collection for the nostalgia of it. Modern day gaming, it doesn't compare to anything really. Very simple, very easy. The cards felt really negative to me, but maybe it was just me. But there are some positives in there. They just didn't come my way. So it would be neat to get this working, and get this thing here, the Geiger counter, in working order. That would really, I think, add something to it. Because, like you said, I don't know if I could ever learn a game, even if I had it, because of my memory. Too much stuff going on in my life to remember where I can touch something and it lights up. You know what it reminds me of a little bit is the game Operation. Yeah. That's what I really, when I was playing, it's like, oh, I'm touching this and it lights up or whatever. That's what it reminded me of.
Okay.
And I really liked Operation as a kid. So what I would say, if I played this when I was a kid, and I was a kid in the 70s, so Operation was just coming out, stuff like that around that time, I would give this game probably a 7. I would enjoy it. I really would. Modern day terms, look, I'm gonna only give it like a 5 or so. But that's about all I give any game, even modern day games that are real simple like this. That's a high rating in a sense, because this is kind of fun. It's actually makes me laugh when I play it. It's just comical, because you're seeing the thoughts process of game designers and just what people like to play back then, and the whole you're on tribal grounds. And
your opponent loses a turn because they're an enemy agent.
Yeah, an enemy. Yeah.
Yeah. There's no beating around the bush.
Yeah.
You're a commie.
Yeah. It has that real heavy Cold War feeling to it, and that's what makes it neat in its own way. So that's kind of what I think. It's a neat novelty game, and if you're into those types of things, then I would say get it. If you're really just into pure gaming, I wouldn't get it. But I liked it. It made me laugh. It's fun. Yeah.
All right, well, thank you for joining us. Stay tuned. Maybe a special, little extra.
Yep, could be. See ya.
We're on the ground. You must think I'm a joke. I ain't gonna be part of your system, man. Pump that garbage in another man's veins.
Well, that was a fun game of Uranium Rush.
It was different, yeah.
Well, it was so much fun that we decided to actually go out to the New Mexico desert and do a little prospecting.
Yeah.
I got my Geiger counter right here, so let's just turn it on. Whoa! What do I do?
I don't know. Here. You don't know how to use that thing. Give it here. Just give it.
Here you go.
You don't know what you're doing.
Oh my God.
Ridiculous. Wow. Here's what you do. You're supposed to touch it. See like that metal ring you have?
Yeah.
Watch what happens. Oh my God! Whoa! Oh, wow, that was interesting.
We gotta go.
Yeah, bye.